New revelations tonight about the crash of Asiana Flight 214 from an investigative hearing held by the National Transportation Safety Board. Today's testimony suggests that the Asiana crew relied too heavily on computerized systems and failed to take action until it was too late. Among the findings, the plane's captain told investigators that he was stressed and very concerned about landing at SFO without instruments. Also, confusion in the cockpit over how the plane's automated systems work. The Asiana crew failed to notice their airspeed was too low, and the captain failed to acknowledge 4 separate warnings that the jetliner was descending too rapidly.
KTVU's Ken Wayne is in Washington. He is a pilot himself and attended all of today's marathon hearing on Capitol Hill. Among the things he learned is that the teenage girl who survived the initial plane crash was hit by 2 fire trucks, not just one.
This video was made public today by the NTSB. An SFO airport surveillance camera shows the Asiana Airlines 777 on its well-known low and slow approach to runway 28 left and then striking the seawall and crashing.
I believe that camera is located along the perimeter of the airfield, and as you saw, it provided a fairly unique vantage point to the accident as it was unfolding.
Airport spokesman Doug Yakel is one of several San Francisco officials to attend today's nearly 12-hour NTSB hearing. Also on hand, SFO Fire Chief Dale Carnes, who acknowledged that 2 fire trucks ran over one of the 3 teenage victims. The girl had survived the crash, but he says 3 different firefighters thought she was dead.
While we definitely regret the additional insult to the deceased, and I can attest that as professional rescuers, every life to us is critical. We were dealing with a very complex and dynamic environment.
Investigators spent much of the questioning on Asiana Airlines training procedures and how veteran pilots could crash on a clear, nearly perfect flying day. The man flying the plane, Captain Lee Kang-kook, told the NTSB in an interview shortly after the crash that he found flying into SFO very stressful. When asked if he was concerned about flying a visual approach, he said, "Very concerned, yeah." Still, the Asiana training manager defended his pilot.
I don't understand, or I cannot tell how much stress Captain Lee received because he was such an experienced pilot.
Asiana pilots and others often rely on automated systems for much of their flying. With the instrument landing system out of service the day of the crash at SFO, Asiana pilots had to rely on hand flying skills, leading investigators to wonder if training procedures need to change.
We get a lot of our training in fixed-base simulators where we watch things happen. We watch the automated systems do that. We push the buttons, watch it happen, and over time, the pilots are watching it happen, and we're not being proactive anymore.
The hearing is over, but a final report isn't expected for several months. It could come out next summer. The NTSB is expected to make several recommendations to try to avoid a repeat of the Asiana crash, recommendations that could be felt industry-wide. In Washington, D.C., Ken Wayne, KTVU Channel 2 News.